Greetings. This is Elder Black Light. We're talking and building on that black power. See, there was a point where we stopped learning. We stopped seeking knowledge. The black man all over the planet stopped seeking knowledge. Now, if we was to talk in terms of seasons, rotation, cycles, we could say this would be winter for the black man. Winter on the planet Earth. And the black man's mind went into a deep sleep. We fell from where we were. And believe it or not, when you study ancient Egypt or ancient Kemet, we were at a higher point of wisdom and intelligence, and we use science. Science is actually religion or spiritual growth or spiritual terms that we use now. We use spiritual or religion for science. And the reason why we separate the two now is because the Caucasian, he wanted to spookify the teachings, what's in the scripture, and misuse words, interpretations of words. And right to this day, anything the white man say, we gonna believe it. Because he had used simple psychology on us to make us worship him as a god. Subliminally and subconsciously, we worship the white man as being God. A lot of us don't believe that we do. Even those who talk black consciousness and black power, they don't believe it. But take a look at this dollar we got up here. On the other side of that dollar is a white man. There's the pyramids. He told you or made you believe that those who built the pyramids were Caucasian. And he made us believe that the pyramids or ancient Egypt or Kemet was predominantly Caucasians. So the pharaohs, so-called pharaohs, were Caucasians. And we were thinking that we was in the jungles walking around stupid, and that he was a highly intellectual supreme being. And we think that today, even though he don't know how the pyramids were built, he's always over there digging. His archaeologist is over there yesterday trying to uncover history. His story. But his story don't exist during that time period. They gave us a number how far back the pyramids go. And then when he started looking, he looks all over the world, he find pyramids everywhere. He find highly sophisticated archaeology and work done by people that's darker than him. And he could only go back to the caves. So when you go to school, he'll show you a chart of a amoeba one-cell animal crawling up out the sea, then evolving into two-legged, four-legged creatures, then eventually a caveman, then eventually a Caucasian. He don't show you where you come from, though, in that diagram, in that chart. So we automatically think that we came from him. But he alternated it and said, made us believe that we came from apes, gorillas, and lived in the jungle. Now, we was believing that for a long period of time until Master Farad came over here and taught us different. I'm not going to go into his teachings until later on. But this is what you're taught in school. And everything that's been discovered, he discovered it. Black man was, up under the guidance of Tarzan over there in the jungle. And Tarzan and Jane, ruled the jungles over there. And that's how we thought that we lived, all of us lived. Regardless of that, we still had a system. And in that system, we conquered the lions and the tigers and the elephants, and we lived side by side with them. And if the lion come in our territory, matter of fact, in some tribes, to become a man and a warrior, you got to kill a lion with a stick when you're 12 years old, 13 years old. Over here in America, the Indians would kill buffalo and whatever they need to kill, learn how to survive in the wilderness without water and know what plants to eat. Well, the same way they did over here, we knew over there, because we're part of the same system. We're part of the same culture. The red man, so-called red man, and the black man are part of the same culture, from the same part of the world. And we spread it out all over the planet. We even went up where it was cold at. And the Eskimos is dark skinned. And we survived that part of the planet. Everywhere we went, we learned how to survive in it. The Caucasian is the dumbest man on the planet. The dumbest people on the planet. He learned from us. He was out the caveman. He didn't have no language. He didn't know how to cook food. He didn't know how to read or write. He didn't know nothing about that. That's as far back as he go, from the caves. He don't know about his existence before the caves. He's guessing. So we told him where he came from. And the Greeks, the one that we told it to, who were Caucasian. The Egyptians, who were black, told the Egyptians where they came from and who they were. And the Egyptians worship us as God. When they talk about Hercules and the rest of those, Zeus, they're talking about the black man. And who taught him how to talk, cook his food, and walk? We did. I know y'all don't believe that, but let's move on from there. We're not going to stay right there. Because we're talking about psychology. This is how they got us to bow down to them. When they came out them caves, and they were humble to us for teaching them. And that one was Moses, a black man. Well, half original man. He taught them how to He stood them up out them caves, taught them about civilization. And then the Greeks turned against us. And they betrayed us and turned against us and started trying to conquer the whole planet. And they went over in Africa. And don't think they can't. The white man can't fight, and he don't fear nothing, because he made himself believe that he's the god of the planet, but he's the devil of the planet. Now, quickly, this system over here is corrupt because he started lying to himself, to us, and everybody else, and he had the upper hand on us because the way he fought was vicious. I mean, we had a way we had a way we made war, but they had a way, and that's where all is fair in love and war comes in. There wasn't no rules when it comes down to war with the Caucasian. That's one way he conquered us. Then after that, it was psychological warfare, and that's what we in now. We're in a psychological warfare. Our world of righteousness is gone, and in the scriptures, we think our world was always like that, unrighteous. No, we talking about when unrighteousness came in with Adam. The Adamic race is the Caucasian. We the gods, and we'll break that down for you in the next build on Black Power. We're kind of over on this one, running out of juice, so we're gonna have to re-up with the juice and come back at you. Black Power.